these, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. West Virginia Barrel Kings here, coming at you with a review of Old Forester 1924. Looks like that. Old Forester 1924 is a 10-year-old bourbon. It comes from Brown-Forman. Has a mash bill of 79% corn, 11% rye, and 10% barley. MSRP on this guy will cost you about $115 to $130. For a 10-year-old, it's not bad these days at all. I unfortunately got this the first release. Paid a little bit more than that. Was not impressed at first. It has sat for a while though. It's been sampled out. I hear batch 2 is a better release than the batch 1. Unfortunately did not come across batch 2. On the nose, tons of honey. Very, very dark chocolate. Dark fruit, like a dark black cherry. On the nose, it's great. I mean, that is everything you'd want in a nose. It smells so good, so inviting. Has tons of different flavors coming up, so it's not just a one-hit wonder. There's not just one thing that stands out. It all is just mixes very well. Just very, very light smelling in a way of inviting and not like just poof and messes you up. We've poured it here, let it set for a couple minutes, see if it has any legs. Has some decent legs here. Very, very slow to go down the glass, so I expect it to be thick, oily. Expect it to last for a little while on the finish. In the glass, some of the same notes. It's a little brighter in the glass, like those notes change from dark to maybe like toward a bright red fruit, so it's getting brighter. Let's find out what this guy's about. Cheers. Okay. Pretty solid. But if you spend $130 on a bottle, probably not the first word you want to say is pretty solid. You want to say really good, great, fantastic. If you're anyone like me when you're buying bottles, $115, $130, you want it to be better than pretty solid. A lot of sweet note right there, honey, caramel, bright fruit, some oak coming through on the back end, some cinnamon coming through on the back end. Nice little hug for 100 proof. Surprisingly, I guess the rye really kicks in on the back end of that. 100 proof, you get a little bit of that spice, a little bit of that heat. It's not bad, it's not overwhelming, it doesn't dry out, it's not bitter. So, I mean, overall, it's a very well-balanced bourbon. Good flavors up front. Finish lasts long enough to let it know that you had a nice pour of something. Let's go in for number 2. Yeah, it's getting brighter and brighter with every second it passes. Bright red cherry or raspberry, something really bright, something really red, and some honey. Second pour. That sweetness goes away quicker on the second pour. A lot of that wood starts coming through, a lot of the oak of the 10-year, and the low proof. I find the lower the proof and the older, the more oak that I get on the back end of these. Where I like that 120, 130 proof on an older one. That proof really shines through and takes out some of that oakiness that you get. That's why you get into those 15, 18, 20-year-old bottles that are really low proof, and people start saying it's just way too oaky for them. So that's I get that same feeling there, the same notes. I would like to have seen this be about 110, maybe 112 proof. Add a little bit more punch, a little more flavor, take away a little bit of that oakiness on the back end. But Old Forester puts out a lot of good stuff. 1920, 1910, birthday bourbons. Wasn't a fan of the King Ranch. Birthday bourbons are a little expensive for my blood and underproofed also, so I stay away from those also. Old Forester Blue Labels are amazing. That's my go-to. Old Forester Blue Label, Old Forester Rye, Old Forester single barrels that are 100 proof, Black Labels. Those would be the three that I would always go for with Old Forester. Old Forester Blue Label, Old Forester Black Label, Old Forester Barrel Strength Rye. Those three I think are the winners, the bangers, the hitters. And for the pricing of $80 for Blue Label, $70 for Black Label, $70 for Old Forester Rye, that's just much more in my wheelhouse. They have more flavor to me, much more value. So out of 5 crowns, I would be stuck giving this guy probably 3 crowns out of 5. It's underproofed, a little oak on the back end because of the proof. It's a little expensive, and they're very short release, so you're not going to find them everywhere. So availability, price, and overall taste, it's a 3 out of 5 crowns. West Virginia Barrel Kings, that's my opinion. Tell me what your opinion is. I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your evening.